This is pretty special, the club itself, because W.B. Chaffey set this club up in 1890. The Coffee Palace was the first home of the club, and the club moved in 1904 down to the cultivator building, and we moved here in 1920. So W.B. Chaffey set the club up as for professional people to partake in alcohol in a civilised manner, but I don't know about the civilised manner sometimes. But so yes, it's this room here is pretty special because it's untouched. It's been untouched. It was built in 1920, the club. So this room has been untouched. It hasn't been modified or in any. So it's pretty special. So with the Murray pine floorboards to the red gum going up to the stairs to our offices up top, it's pretty special. And as you can see up, the first president was Lord Renfurley. This plaque here is very important to the club. It's the honour roll from the First World War. They're actually members of the club that went to the First World War, and there's about a half a dozen that got killed in the Western Front. One of them was a Chaffey, especially it's over 100 years for Gallipoli. That's WB, we called him the boss. So he was the main instigator of the club. WB Chaffey's in the plantation there. And we, as club, we believe that he's looking up Deakin Avenue, but he's got half his eye on his beloved club. So he always keeps his eye on the Mildura Club because that's something special to his heart. In 1954, the Queen came here and they used the club as a backdrop to her visit. She was Queen, she just became Queen, and we had the royal flags and a photo at the front. They stopped here, but they went down to the post office, which is the cider tree, and they did the ceremony down there. So W.B. Chaffey Cup, which is when it was the Mildura Footy League, in 1892, South Mildura played Mildura and South Mildura won that game, and that's an inaugural trophy. We've had the trophy since 1892, and last year Peter Hahn, who was president of the South Mildura Footy Club, said, "Brad, can we have that cup just on loan?" And I said, "No, you can't. But I was weakened and gave them the cup. When you become a member of the club, and if there's a disagreement, your membership goes on the board, and if another member disagrees with that membership, they may have owed money or whatever, they write a letter to the committee, and then the committee votes on it. It's a secret vote. They get a white and a black, it's a cube, but when you say if you're not allowed somewhere, you're blackballed, this is the same thing. So it's an anonymous vote, and if you have more black than white, then you can't become a member. That doesn't happen nowadays, but it used to happen. The punkers originated in New Delhi. We've had them since 1960s, and I believe there's only 3 operating in Australia. So they're pretty special to our history of the club. Yeah, the Mildura Club has 10 open fires, and we use mallee stumps for our heating. And as you can see there, the mallee stump is a beautiful wood, but it has a lot of heat and burns a lot longer than other woods. So we have 10 years of supply. Pretty lucky to have extra supplies. So we even got fires in the women's toilets, so that's pretty special.